Welcome to BookPilot, your destination for powerful ideas from the world's most impactful books. Today, we're diving into the absolute game changer that is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I'm incredibly excited to unpack this one with you because its central idea is just so fundamental. True wealth doesn't actually start in a bank account. It doesn't start with a lucky stock pick or a sudden promotion at work. It begins way earlier, deeply rooted in your hidden mental programming. And the beautiful thing is, if you can rewire that programming, you completely change your financial reality.
Okay, let's jump straight into our roadmap for today. We're breaking this down into 5 key areas. First, uncovering your hidden money blueprint. Second, taking total financial responsibility. Third, adopting an abundance mindset. Fourth, upgrading your money mechanics. And finally, building long-term wealth.
Section 1. Your Hidden Money Blueprint. Long before you ever earned your very first dollar, your brain was already hard at work writing a hidden script. And this script quietly influences how you unconsciously think about earning, spending, saving, and ultimately your actual capacity for success. It follows a very specific formula. It all starts with your internal thoughts. Those thoughts create your feelings drive your real-world actions, and then those actions produce your concrete financial results. Literally every single financial outcome in your life right now started as a simple thought pattern.
But where do those initial thoughts even come from, right? Well, they almost always stem from childhood, mostly in 3 primary ways. First, what you heard. Maybe you constantly heard phrases like money doesn't grow on trees or we just can't afford that. Second, what you saw. Did your parents constantly stress over bills or did they manage their money with total ease? And third, what you experienced. Maybe there was a specific, highly emotional moment connected to money and shame. When repeated often enough, these early inputs become deeply embedded, unquestioned beliefs that literally run your life on autopilot.
Okay, here's the best news you'll hear all day. You are not stuck with this programming. You can rewrite it. But it takes 4 active steps. It begins with awareness. You have to actively start noticing your automatic thoughts about money. Next comes understanding, tracing exactly where those beliefs originated. Once you can actually see the source, it totally loses its invisible grip on you. From there, you have a choice. You deliberately decide if that old belief actually serves your future. And finally, declaration, stating clearly and out loud who you are choosing to become.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 2, taking total financial responsibility.
Look, to build actual, lasting wealth, we have got to completely abandon the victim mentality of life happens to me. You know the type. This mindset constantly blames the economy, a terrible boss, bad luck, or even just Mercury being in retrograde. It absolutely thrives on excuses. But true wealth, that requires an ownership mentality that declares, I create my life. Wealthy people do not waste their energy blaming external factors. Instead, they take extreme ownership. They ask, okay, what is my part in this, and exactly what do I do next?
So it really comes down to how you are actually playing the game. Are you playing just not to lose? If so, your only goal is survival and comfort. You might keep all your cash tucked away in a basic savings account because it feels incredibly safe. But meanwhile, inflation is quietly eating the whole thing away. You just stay stuck. By contrast, playing to win is fueled by abundance. It actively drives you out of your comfort zone so you can build real assets, take calculated risks, and aggressively grow your wealth.
Now, there is a totally profound misconception about fear when it comes to money. Wealthy people are not magically fearless. No way. They still feel doubt, they feel uncertainty, and they feel a very real fear of failure, just like the rest of us. The defining difference is that they act in spite of the fear, while others let that fear stop them dead in their tracks. Growth only ever happens outside your comfort zone. If you wait around for the fear to completely disappear before you finally start that business or make that investment, you're going to be waiting forever.
Section 3. Adopting an abundance mindset.
A lot of people just assume, hey, if I had more money, my life would change entirely. But actually, your mental filter has to shift first. When you fundamentally change how you view the world, the opportunities you literally see right in front of you completely transform. A scarcity mindset fixates on obstacles, constantly asking, what could go wrong? But an abundance mindset, it focuses purely on opportunities. Let's say you want to start a hotel business. You could stand on the outside spending months analyzing every potential obstacle, waiting endlessly to feel perfectly ready, or you could focus on the opportunity. Just go get a job inside a hotel, get in the corridor, and learn the business from the inside. Perfection is an illusion. You have to get in the game to actually learn it.
This exact mindset shift also applies to how we view the success of other people. If you actively resent successful people, if you just assume they're greedy or got lucky, you are subconsciously rejecting the exact identity you are trying to develop. I mean, think about it. When you choose to admire success instead, you are actively training your brain to associate wealth with discipline, persistence, and immense value creation. You simply cannot achieve a state of wealth that you secretly resent.
Then there's this massive scarcity trap we all kind of fall into, the illusion of the painful trade-off. Poor thinking assumes you must choose, either a great career or a close family, either vast wealth or genuine happiness. But an abundance mindset completely rejects that limitation. It thinks both. It challenges you to ask a way better question. How can I build a highly successful business that actually supports and enhances my family life? There's absolutely enough possibility out there to create multiple good outcomes all at once.
All right, moving to section 4, upgrading your money mechanics.
Because look, mindset without actual action, it's literally just daydreaming. Now we bridge psychology with reality. There is a major wealth barrier that so many people hit, getting paid based on your time. An hourly wage or a fixed salary has a built-in hard ceiling, simply because there are only so many hours you can physically work in a single week. The wealthy, however, choose to get paid based on results, whether it's through sales commissions, owning a business, or delivering scalable digital products. They tie their income strictly to the true value and output they deliver to the marketplace.
Here is a vital, non-negotiable definition for you. Net worth. Net worth is the total value of what you own, your assets, minus what you owe, your debts. So many people completely fall for the illusion that a high working income equals wealth. It absolutely doesn't. Think about it. If you get a $10,000 raise, but your lifestyle expenses immediately inflate by $10,000, you are no wealthier than you were before. Real wealth is solely determined by growing your net worth through assets, aggressive savings, and tightly controlled debt.
To actually build up that net worth, you need a flawless, actionable method that gives every single dollar a job before you even spend it. For example, try allocating 50% to necessities, 10% strictly to a financial freedom investment account, 10% to a play fund so you never feel deprived, 10% to long-term savings, and then 20% to education and charity. Having a strict system like this completely removes the messy emotion from your money management.
And that brings us to section 5, building long-term wealth.
Building true, generational wealth requires a major shift in how you operate day to day. At first, sure, you work hard for your money. That's active income. It's totally necessary at the start. But if you stop working, the money stops flowing, right? So the ultimate goal is making your money work hard for you. You want to consistently replace your physical labor with passive income streams. Things like business systems, real estate rentals, or stock dividends that generate cash whether you are sleeping, vacationing, or working.
Now, of course, this journey is going to be packed with massive hurdles. Wealth builders don't just magically avoid difficulties. Instead, they consciously build the capacity to become bigger than their problems. If an entrepreneur faces a terrible sales quarter, they don't sit around crying, "Oh, this isn't working, I should just quit." No, they become bigger than the problem by asking, "Okay, what must I learn from this so I never let it happen again?"
There's this classic piece of Stoic wisdom from the philosopher Epictetus that really just hits the nail on the head here. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. A market crash, a failed business launch, a massive unexpected expense, these external problems never define you. Your active, deliberate, and intelligent response to them is literally the only thing that dictates your long-term success.
So to wrap up our key takeaways today, your hidden mindset dictates your financial reality. Taking extreme ownership is totally non-negotiable, and you must shift from trading your time to building real assets. Which brings us to a vital question for you to answer today. What is your hidden money blueprint, and exactly what is your next move to rewrite it? I challenge you right now to identify just one invisible, limiting script running your financial life and commit to taking one actionable step today to permanently upgrade your reality. If you enjoyed this audiobook summary and want to discover more powerful ideas from great books, subscribe to BookPilot and stay tuned for more.